Hi, everyone. Welcome to Reddit's first ever retail webinar. My name is Paulita David, and I'm the Senior Managing Director for Large Customer Sales North America here at Reddit. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We recently built out a team at Reddit specifically focused on the retail industry, helping businesses like yours better understand how to connect with Reddit's engaged and passionate communities to build your brand and grow your business. We also are investing a lot of resources into building out more retail-oriented advertising products. I'm excited to work with many of you here to beta test these in the market. I know that for many of us, 2020 was a very challenging year. And from a business perspective, it was filled with supply chain issues, a big pivot to e-commerce, and volatile sales figures. The difficulties the retail sector experienced last year make focusing on the 2021 holiday season that much more important. eMarketer forecasts that US holiday sales will rise nearly 3% to over $1 trillion, while e-commerce sales will rise 11% to over $200 billion. Today's webinar will give you insights and recommendations on how to activate on Reddit to help make this your most successful holiday season ever. On behalf of the entire Reddit retail team, we look forward to partnering with you and to help the retail community thrive. Now, without further ado, I will pass it on to today's presenters, Nora and Heather.
Thanks, Paulita, and welcome everyone. My name is Nora Casey, and I'm a senior client partner at Reddit focused on the retail vertical. I also want to introduce you to Heather Pollack, whom I work very closely with. She is a senior client account manager at Reddit and a retail subject matter expert. Today, Heather and I will be walking you through winning retail on Reddit. But before we do that, we have one quick PSA. We highly encourage participation. If there are any questions or comments, please utilize our live Q&A chat feature. We'll try to get to all of your questions throughout the webinar, but for those of you we don't get to, we'll certainly follow up with. Now let's get started. Today, I will kick off the agenda with why retail works on Reddit. I will then pass it along to Heather, who will share with you how to activate on Reddit, retail best practices, and round it all out with a few brand success stories. Before we dive into Reddit, let's take a quick look at the current state of the retail consumer journey. This journey has evolved into an omni-channel experience driven by online research. For example, almost 90% of internet users research a product online before making a purchase. And now more than ever, these purchases are happening on mobile. In 2020, m-commerce sales grew 41% year over year. This type of accelerated growth in mobile is not expected to halt anytime soon. Experts are predicting that between now and 2025, m-commerce sales will double in size. New purchasing habits have also formed within this evolution. In 2020, buying online, picking up in store adoption grew 3.5 times. Overall, what we're seeing is that the rise in e-commerce is completely changing the way that we shop. And social media is at the helm of this. As mobile-first platforms, social media is playing an increasingly important role in the consumer journey. On Reddit, users turn to our communities for honest feedback on product reviews, purchase recommendations, as well as savings advice. Retail is happening on Reddit. For those of you who aren't very familiar with our platform, let's take a quick look at what is happening on Reddit. Well, Reddit is a special place where users come together based on common interests and passions in the form of communities. And these communities cannot be found anywhere else. What also makes Reddit unique is that our users follow these communities versus following specific individuals. And with over 100,000 different communities, there is a place for everyone on Reddit, including all 350 million of our monthly addressable visitors. With hundreds of retail-related communities like women's fashion, makeup, and consumer electronics, there is a community for every product retail category. And these communities are growing, similar to our audience. In 2020, our daily active users grew 44% year over year. Our audience isn't just growing, but they are leaned in and unduplicated, providing retailers with the opportunity to fill audience gaps in their marketing strategies. For example, 47% of Redditors are not on Instagram. 75% of Redditors are not on Pinterest. And at 34 minutes a day, users spend more time here than on almost any other social media platform. That's because the number one reason that people come to Reddit is to be informed. They're not here to follow a family member or to plan a party, but they are here to seek out rich and organized conversation rooted in trust and authenticity. And this creates a more engaged experience. Shoppers come here actively seeking information. They are leaned in, whether it's to get inspired in home decor or to seek out female fashion advice. Users come here for the robust and authentic conversation. And that's exactly what shoppers are looking for throughout their consumer journey. A two-way dialogue to help make purchase decisions easier and to form opinions and share advice. We see this happen throughout every phase in the consumer journey on Reddit. Whether it's at the very beginning of the journey, when a user is looking to be inspired and educated on a future purchase, or it's towards the end of their journey when they're looking to be validated on a purchase they're about to make. Redditors come to our platform to find support throughout the entire consumer journey. And a big part of this journey is researching recommendations. Because Redditors are anonymous, the conversation here is more honest, and therefore the information is more trustworthy. In fact, we're just behind Amazon and Google when it comes to the number one most trusted platform for product and brand recommendations. And trust is at the center of the consumer journey. We recently ran a study with Verto Analytics to get a better understanding of how Reddit fits into the path to purchase journey. And here's a real life example of that. This actual user purchase journey began with a simple product and informational search seeking out the best fragrance-free moisturizer. This user was then directed to Reddit within one of our biggest health and beauty communities, r/skincare addiction. With over 1 million members, this community is centered around all things skincare. And its members are focused on making sure the conversation stays on topic, valuable, and informative. After visiting Reddit, this user took a non-linear path, bouncing back and forth between retail visits and product searches before landing at Reddit one more time to help validate the purchase they're about to make. The rich conversation and honest advice this user found on Reddit helped them feel more informed and confident in their path to purchase, which ultimately leads to action and advocacy among our users, creating some of your best customers in the future. In fact, consumers on Reddit are more informed. Whether they're looking to make a big purchase like buying a laptop or something extremely important like gifting a loved one, they compare twice as many brands on Reddit and perform 4 times as many research sessions, all creating a more valuable buyer who makes 9 times faster purchase decisions and spends 15% more. This leads to an all-around stronger brand advocate because of the trust and confidence they have in Reddit to support them on their purchase journey. Not only do we add path to purchase details, but we also have category insights across all key retail categories. We recently sampled hundreds of Redditors to better understand what types of purchases they've made based on the research they've done on Reddit. This example comes from one of our biggest retail categories, apparel, with over 20 million monthly active users. Of the Redditors sampled, we found that some of the top products purchased were shoes, activewear, and accessories. When it comes to category insights and path to purchase details, we have this type of data in droves. If you're interested in learning more, please let us know. Now, without further ado, I will pass this along to Heather Pollack, who will share with you how to activate on Reddit. Take it away, Heather.
Thank you, Nora. And yes, as Nora mentioned, I'm Heather Pollack, and I'm going to be walking you over all the fun ways that we can activate here on Reddit. And I'll start by saying, really, no matter what the goal of your campaign that you're looking to drive, we're going to have a number of unique offerings to really help you hit those KPIs. In the upcoming slides, I'm going to be taking you over how we can take all of these to life. When we want to start at the very top of the funnel, especially when you're looking to drive awareness or reach, we really recommend leaning into inventory that's going to allow you to be the very first ad that Redditors see when they come to the site for 24 hours. Here, you're going to be able to be very niche with your messaging and own specific interests. Think of highlighting creative for a new skincare line to our beauty and fashion communities. Or if you want to go broader, you can own the home page of Reddit and really make sure you're reaching everyone when they come here. These solutions are here to make sure that your brand is top of mind and front and center for your biggest product launches, your different sales that you have going on, or even around the holidays when you're just looking to really break through all of that noise and be the first thing that people are seeing. Keep in mind, though, with these units, they are a flat rate solution and a first come, first serve opportunity to our managed accounts. So you'll want to make sure any dates that are important to you, we lock those in right away. When we're ready to start getting into a little bit more of that lower funnel, think of more of the mid funnel mindset, we're going to be able to help you drive a lot of traffic to your site. The best way to do this is utilizing our promoted videos, which take all the elements of our native units here on Reddit. So that really just allows you to come off very authentic and really help you drive the engagement that you're looking for. Around the holidays or really any key activation that you're looking to activate, we definitely recommend having relevance at scale. And what I mean by that is making sure that you're targeting by an interest group, which is a whole collection of all of the amazing communities that surround a specific topic. So then you can, really hone in on that message that you have and start to drive consideration. And it'd be silly for me to preach this to retailers because we do know how important it is for you all to be driving sales. Definitely when you're ready to be driving sales, we recommend focusing on our promoted carousel unit, which we just released back at the beginning of the year. We've been making a lot of updates, and as of last month, we now allow you to insert gift creatives into this specific unit. So it's going to really allow you to tell an awesome story, showcase all of the amazing products you have available, or even show off the different deals when we're thinking of more of that holiday timeframe. Showcasing each deal, just a great unit to really showcase all of the information you're looking to get across in one specific place. Another way to really make sure you're going to be able to hitting driving sales is utilizing one of our newest placements, the conversation placement. So here you're really going to be able to reach an untapped audience because 91% of users that are coming to Reddit from SEO search are landing on conversation threads. So how it comes to life is your ad would actually show in between the post and the very first comment. We're seeing a ton of engagement on this specific unit. Some of our early retailers that have been testing it have seen a 25% increase to click-through rate. And so it's definitely going to be a key unit for you to keep in mind when you're really looking to drive costs down, and especially during the busiest time of the year, it'll be an awesome unit for you to be reaching. I will say though, with this specific unit, it's going to be really important to keep in mind for all of you. It's a smaller real estate. So being very transparent with your copy and offering that strong call to action of what you're asking Redditors to do is going to go miles to make sure you're breaking through. Taking it one step further too, I do want to make sure we always set up your campaigns for success. And one way we recommend making sure you're set up for success is by utilizing our Reddit pixel. We've made a ton of updates here as well, just like the carousel unit. And with updates previously in July, we've made improvements to measurement and now offer the ability to retarget users based off of pixel events. What I mean by this is you'll be able to place the Reddit pixel throughout your website, and then we'll be able to target users that are making it to specific areas, but not another area. A great thing for retailers is, are they going to specific products? Are they adding things to their cart, but maybe not purchasing? We can then retarget them to then help push them down to purchase. We've seen a ton of success here as well for our retailers, about a 40% higher click-through rate when you're utilizing those retargeting ads versus standard ads. So I would say, keeping in mind back to school and holidays, this is definitely going to be one of our top of mind, most recommended audiences to activate. Another really good audience that we always recommend leveraging with our retailers is custom audiences, meaning all of the audiences you already have available to you via your different loyalty programs or different ways that you might be collecting some of those audiences that are much more hand raisers and leaned into your brands. We can take those audience either via LiveRamp or directly into the dashboard itself. So then we'll be able to reach them. Think of a lot of fun messaging we can do with these audiences, knowing that they're already leaned into your brand. We can offer new loyalty programs, discounts, or even generate really healthy conversations with them. One thing we love to do is really have a conversation with your loyalty members, asking them what might be their favorite thing about your product, or what's a product that they're really looking for you to start to have. And then from there, when you're starting to have that conversation with them, you can either reward them, like I mentioned, with a discount code or give them Reddit Gold to really let them know you're listening to them. But I will say, no matter what way you look to activate here on Reddit, it's important to always stay grounded in 3 key areas that'll really help you set yourself up for success. The first one being with our audiences. Nora's put it so beautifully already that all of our communities are very passionate and vibrant. So it'll be very important to you find that core audience, make sure you're really honing in on who you want to be reaching. And then from there, you'll be able to expand out into the creative. How can we be messaging them and talking to them? I'd say the biggest thing to keep in mind with Reddit is that you can have a lot of fun with the copy, and you don't have to be afraid of using too much copy. Redditors are so used to reading and being engaged, so they're really going to be leaned into anything you have. But you'll always just want to make sure you're keeping yourself grounded, really make sure you're showcasing off what you want, being very clear with the copy, and always providing that strong call to action, no matter what it is, of really telling Redditors transparently what you're asking them for. Maybe go to the site to check out your new jeans, or become a loyalty member themselves. The last one, and I'd also be very silly to not bring this up, knowing that we're all advertisers on the line, but that's measurement. And we can definitely do a lot here as well, whether we're using our third parties to be able to do brand lift studies, or using some of our own parties that we have available to ourselves. We recently released a Reddit conversion lift study. Those ones, though, keep in mind, we'll need to have some impression minimums, but definitely always to make sure that we're really measuring that true impact the brand's having from Reddit. I also want to make sure that I take some time to really just showcase all of the amazing wins our retailers are seeing as of lately on Reddit. The first one I want to start with is with Threads. Threads launched first in the UK and then took all of their learnings that they had from their UK team to help influence their US go-to-market. Essentially, what they learned was breaking things out very granular is always key for them. So they broke things out by location, audiences, and device. And through all of that, using the measurement they had along the way, we're making optimizations week over week. All of that led to improved CPMs and lower registration costs compared to their other channels, but also increasing their lifetime value quarter over quarter. I know we all don't have the luxury to be able to launch maybe in the UK before you launch in the US, but I do think we can take a ton of great learnings of breaking things out and testing and learning along the way. It will always set you up for success. And another beautiful story that I want to highlight is with Pandora. Pandora was looking to really own Valentine's Day and reach a male-specific audience. So working closely with their Reddit team, they really dove into the sports-minded audience as one area that they really wanted to hone in on and own that conversation. We've seen a huge influx of traffic coming out of the Super Bowl. So having that in mind, Pandora created copy and creative very specific to this sports-minded male audience, calling out scoring points with your significant other, and helped really improve that gift ideas that Redditors were thinking about giving their loved ones during the Valentine's Day. So just another great thing to keep in mind, always having that relevance at scale and playing with your copy along the way can definitely do a lot. And with that, I appreciate you all joining us today. I'm going to pass it over to Kat, though, and she'll close things out for us.
Thanks so much, ladies. That was super insightful. I love seeing that peek into the user purchase journey. It proves that the consumer heads to Reddit for real life trusted reviews before making that final purchase decision. I also loved seeing actionable suggestions on ad products like our promoted carousel and the conversations placement. It really provides great inspiration on how you can run a successful campaign on Reddit and drive those sales. Big thanks to all you guys for joining. Thank you for asking questions. We'll follow up shortly in an email that includes the recording of this webinar and a copy of this deck. One last favor to ask of you, if you could please help and provide feedback by answering a really short 3-question survey. It'll only take a minute. It'll pop up in your browser after I end this webinar, and it'll really help us to inform how we can provide better content for you guys in the future. But thank you for your time, and we'll see you at the next one.